Good morning, Bashaer. Good morning, students, teachers, and everyone watching us.
We are back after 2 years and we are better than ever. Rita, Maria, and I will be your hosts for today. And our 11th graders will give you all topics that you will both enjoy and benefit from.
How amazing is it to have a show that has all your favorite topics and all things interesting? From fashion to tech to sports to animals, our show has it all. Welcome to Good Morning البشائر.
The first segment we have for you today is a part of everyone's life. Fashion impacts each and every one of us greatly. So, Lulia and Sidra will tell us all we need to know about it. Good morning.
Good morning, Lulia. Good morning, Sidra.
How are you?
Fine. Now I'm going to talk about fashion design and illustration.
But what is fashion illustrating?
Fashion illustration is the art of communicating fashion ideas in a visual form that originates with drawing, painting, and illustration. It's also known as fashion sketching. Fashion sketching plays a major role in designing to visualize designs before sewing.
When did you learn to fashion sketch?
I started drawing when I was 12 years old, but my mistake was that I used to copy dresses with no basics, as you can see here in the picture. So I try to develop myself as much as I can. Then a teacher taught me the basics of drawing the body, the face, and techniques related to fashion drawing. That made me more passionate to learn more and more about every detail in fashion design.
How long do most drawings take?
Usually every drawing takes for about 2 or 3 hours to be done, but sometimes it may take a day or two depending on my mood and what I'm drawing. And the most important thing when you draw is to inspire, not to copy things and draw them.
From where do you get your inspirations from?
Inspiring from animals, insects, things, or plants. Of course, will make the sketch better than copying it.
Wow. You're such a young, talented artist. You mentioned that you started at the age of 12. That's incredible. Do you have anything to say? Any words of wisdom?
Yes, of course. Success isn't overnight. It's when every day you get a little better than the day before. It all adds up. The beginning is always the hardest, so don't stop and never give up until you're proud of yourself. And now let me show you some of my latest designs.
Wow. Sidra, you will make my graduation dress.
Our next Ili Saab.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sidra. Thank you. So, Lulia, what do you have for us today?
So today I'm going to talk about the latest trending fashion styles, and I'll begin in the denim. Denim has always been in fashion, but now it's trending because it's more comfortable and it gives a classy look. Like we have the mom denim or the baggy jeans. So you can pair it with billowy top or with fancy, with casual or with formal. And also stars are bringing back the denim on denim style, like Bella Hadid or even Hailey.
I'm a huge fan of denim.
So moving from denim, I will talk about trousers. Trousers moved into a female style, and its trending goes from formal to casual.
But they're so formal. How could they become casual?
It allows the person to be more comfortable, and you can pair it with a casual top more than formal, like with white t-shirt or blouse or casual styles. Now also stars depend on trousers on red carpet or even in their normal days. So I got for you also the oversized blouse. It's trending now because it has classy looks and it match with everything. And I know you all guys like to wear oversized.
I know I do.
You can wear it as an open, or you can close the buttons and wear it with jeans or with pants, or you can wear it as an open jacket.
I guess we're in style today.
Also, the dress style, the blouse, it's trending now because you can wear it with everything, party or even dinners or whatever. And it's you can add corsets or belts if it has no design. Now, the last thing I have is sneakers, because sneakers always existed in fashion, but now it's more trending because it matches with everything, and it's more comfortable. You can wear it with formal or you can wear it with casual dresses or jeans or okay.
I sure am bringing a pair of sneakers to my wedding.
Thank you, Lulia. Thank you, Sidra. As you can see, we have many talents in our school. Anthony is a skillful debater who will tell us more about debates. Welcome, Anthony.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi guys.
Hi. Can you tell us first what is debating in general?
First of all, debating is a discussion where two teams, each comprised of 5 members, are presented with a motion. They're either for the motion or proposition, or they're against the motion. Each team has to do research, and the motions can have a wide range of topics like politics, economics, even arts and morals. And motions should be fair so that both teams have an equal chance of winning the debate.
Can you give us an example of a motion?
Well, here's an example of a motion. This house would abolish all prisons. This is a highly debatable motion, and it requires a lot of research and statistics. And it's also worth noting that debate doesn't only require gathering information and organizing it, but also presentation of said information.
What makes a good debater?
Essentially, through this we can learn that debate isn't only about research, it's also about self-confidence and being able to present your information in a decent way.
Is debate present in Syria?
Unfortunately, debate is kind of hard to find in Syria, but through the efforts of the Distinction and Creativity Agency, which is an independent governmental institution that organizes the Syrian Olympiad and other fun intellectual projects like machine learning and robotics, they also created the NSDC. Now,
What is NSDC?
NSDC stands for the National Schools Debating Competition, and it takes place every year in the summer. Teams from all over Syria participate. Here are pictures of previous NSDC competitions. It's also worth noting that before the NSDC competition, a ladder tournament takes place. Each team in Syria has ranking, and they fight over the ranking to be one of the top 50 or so teams to participate in the NSDC. The first NSDC was held in 2018, and it only had 4 teams participating because we only had 4 teams in Syria. This year's NSDC has around 70 teams, and 50 of them are participating. Yeah.
What are kinds of debates?
Now, there are different structures for a debate, but the most common structure for high school debating is first, second, and third speaker for each team, as well as reply speech. Now, there are different aspects to a speaker's speech. There's constructive and there's destructive. And how much of his speech depends on what the speaker is talking about. So usually, first speakers do mostly constructive, where they build their own case. And third speakers mostly do destructive, where they rarely try to build their case, but mostly try to refute the other team's case. Reply speeches take place at the end of the debate, where it's essentially a summary of all the events that happened in the debate. Okay. And essentially, it's a summary of all the events, and each team is trying to convince the judges that they won the debate.
And how do you prepare for debates?
There are 2 kinds of preparation for a debate. Obviously, in addition to research, a motion might be revealed to the team days before the debate itself, and that is called a prepared round, where the team has ample time to research and assign the roles of the speakers. Whereas another kind is called the impromptu round. Impromptu debates, usually in impromptu debates, the motion is revealed to the team 1 hour exactly before the debate takes place, which means that teams only have 1 hour to prepare. Usually impromptu rounds rely on motions that don't need research, because team members don't have access to research in their preparation time.
Which do you find harder?
Well, judging from my experience, some people might find prepared rounds more comforting, but me and my team find improvised rounds cause less stress because we all know that all teams prepared equally as well, and it's just less stress over time. And yeah, that's all I have for you
So
today.
it's more fair.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you very much.
We all know TV shows and movies play a huge role in our life.
I'm currently watching Bridgerton. Have you seen it?
I did. I watched it in 3 days.
Lately, there's no good TV shows.
Let's introduce Fadi and Jad, who will help you solve your problem. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. First, let me talk about the last year's award season. There were a lot of achievements in cinematography, acting, and directing. Dune won big last year. They took home 6 Academy Awards. Then Coda, the movie that talks about the sole hearing member of a deaf family, won Best Picture, the esteemed Best Picture award. And Encanto won Best Animated Movie of the year for its emotional and impactful story about family.
I love Encanto. It has the best soundtrack.
As for the TV shows, last year was one special year. We have Ted Lasso, which is about an American football coach who is assigned to train a British soccer team, but he lacks the knowledge. But with his optimism, determination, and biscuits, he manages to make it up.
Did you say biscuits?
Biscuits. We also have one of the best TV shows in 2021, The Queen's Gambit, with 11 Emmy Awards.
I have watched that. That made me love to learn how to play chess.
Yes, and I recommend everyone here to watch it. And we have The Crown for its 4th season with 7 Emmy Awards. As for the Golden Globes, we have also Ted Lasso, who won 1 Golden Globe, Succession with 3 Golden Globes for its 3rd season, and of course everyone's favorite, Squid Game, with 1 Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actor.
I think it's overrated.
I love it.
And we have Hacks, starring Gene Smart, with 2 Golden Globes.
What are the upcoming movies this year?
Well, we have a good lineup this year. We have Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness, which is the sequel to the first Doctor Strange, starring Benedict Cumberbatch and co-starring Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda. We have a lot of surprise cameos in this movie, so be on the lookout for that. Then we have Avatar 2, which has now been titled The Way of the Water, which will come out in December of this year, and it is one of the 5 sequels that this movie will have. And also in December 21st, we have an untitled Mario movie. We know nothing about this movie, but the fact that Chris Pratt will star as Mario. Finally, we have the Elvis biopic, which will talk about how the infamous singer got his fame and faced his obstacles.
And for the upcoming TV shows, we have Stranger Things coming out on May 27th for its 4th season.
That's my favorite show.
Exactly, who doesn't like it? And we have The Boys, season 3 coming out in June 3rd, The Mandalorian coming out in December 2022, and Marvel's Miss Marvel, where we see a representation for women of color, coming out in June 8th.
I can't wait. I will definitely watch Avatar 2.
Yes, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
These celebrities are really stepping up their game. Speaking of celebrities, please welcome Tia, Tulan, and Yasmin, who are going to tell us all the latest celebrity gossip.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What do you have for us today?
Celebrities have a really messy life. I'm Tia, Tulin, and Yasmin, and today we'll help you catch up with the latest celebrity news.
We have a very special news for you today. The talk of the show, Will Smith. As we all know, Will Smith is one of the greatest actors, rappers, and film producers around the world. However, according to Chris Rock, the Oscars were a big hit, but for all the wrong reason. They are investigating Will Smith for smacking Chris Rock across the face over a joke made over his wife. Jada Pinkett Smith. As we all can see in this video,
Technical difficulties. Oops.
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Ouch. Wow.
Will Smith apologizing not to Chris Rock but to the Academy for the interaction while accepting the award for the Best Actor, but offered no direct apology to Chris Rock until the 29th of March, which he apologized by posting publicly on Instagram, apologizing not just to Chris Rock but to the Academy, but to all people around the world who saw the incident. Furthermore, the Academy announced that Will has been given 15 days notice of a vote regarding his violations.
That's insane. What does his wife think of this?
She said, "I'm not a woman who needs protecting," adding on her Instagram, "This is a season for healing and I'm here for it."
She's so toxic.
I know.
On the other hand, we have a successful 24-year-old businesswoman, a model, and an American media personality. Yes, it's Kylie Jenner. Kylie gave birth to her second child, Wolf, but now his name is no longer Wolf because on March 21, Kylie and Travis decided to change his name, saying that it didn't feel like it was him. On the top of that, Kylie and Kendall Jenner had a night to remember with their family members and famous friends, celebrated the launch of their latest Kylie Cosmetics collaboration on Tuesday. However, the show that we all have been waiting, The Kardashian Show, is finally on all the social media.
I love them.
Adding up to the Jenner family, Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker reportedly got married in Vegas after 3 months of their engagement.
They're so cute.
Did you hear what Bella Hadid is doing lately?
Of course, it's all over the media. Bella Hadid just announced a major career move into acting.
However, watch that.
Unfortunately, Bella was blocked by Dior for standing up for the support of the Palestinians. However, the plug added that backlash had been entirely based on unverified rumors, with no evidence that Dior had ended its relationship with Bella Hadid.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Moving on, the TikTok star Charli D'Amelio. She revealed to people at Times Woman of the Year of Gala. Tuesday, she officially moved out from her parents' house to her place of her own.
Isn't she like 19?
No, it's 17.
Oh my god, she's actually our age. Yeah.
Earlier this week saying that, "I just moved like 3 days ago. I've seen them every day. I don't know what to do without my parents." Charli D'Amelio is growing up and moving out.
I guess we agree with you that we all do need our parents in our life.
The singer Rihanna announced that she's just pregnant, and we still don't know the gender of her baby. What do you think? Is it a boy or a girl?
Definitely a girl.
I say it's a boy.
Moving on to the next celebrity, Madison Beer is currently trending after Netflix announced that she will be the lead role to the movie Clueless reboot.
That I would watch.
Who doesn't love Hannah Montana? Miley Cyrus is also trending after dropping her new album dedicated to her fans. Attention to Miley.
I love her.
Talking more about music, the singer Olivia Rodrigo took home 3 Grammys, winning the Best New Artist, Best Pop Solo, and Best Pop Vocal.
Olivia is my favorite.
While Doja Cat won her first Grammy while she was at the bathroom.
She's ridiculous. I think it's funny.
No.
Nicki Minaj and Cardi B announced that they will be releasing a new reality TV show after their first public fight, where they announced that the viewers will get to see their first meeting together. Wow. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. We definitely have to include sports in our show today, so please help me welcome Haysam, Hamad, and Walid.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Thank you, Maria, for the introduction. We all know that sports develop throughout the years, from the way it's played to its rules and regulations, even athletes.
Every year we see rising stars in every sport, and each year they keep improving and getting better.
When a person talks about rising stars in basketball, they have to say this young legend's name, Mikey Williams, a youth basketball player who is ranked #1 in his age by ESPN.
Wait, how old is he?
He's 17 years old only.
17?
Yes.
He's in high school.
Oh, yes. He is the #1 pick prospect in the NBA draft of 2024, with him having a career high of 77 points in a game. He even signed a deal with Puma.
Can you tell us more about his deal?
Sure. He earns about $1 million annually, making him the youngest player ever to sign with Puma.
Wow, that's impressive.
Isn't that amazing, Muhammad?
Sure is, Isam. In football, the big name is Kylian Mbappe, who plays for Paris Saint-Germain. He is the wonder boy that teams are fighting over. He has 23 goals and 13 assists, which makes him the top scorer and assister of his entire team. In fact, it makes him the top scorer and assister of the entire league. The main team fighting for the star are Real Madrid. They fun fact, he used to support Real Madrid as a child. Real Madrid offered 200 million euros, but Paris refused because they want him to sign, to renew his contract with them. He declined multiple, including one where he earned 70 million euros annually and the 100 million as a signing bonus.
Why did he turn down the contract?
Rumors say he wants to play for Real Madrid.
And how much does he make from his current contract?
He makes 22 million euros annually.
What about his net worth?
His net worth is approximately 100 million euros.
Oh, wow.
And how old is he?
He is 23 years old.
Good Lord.
He talked about his future in an Amazon Prime video saying, "I'm talking to my family about my future." He got asked, "Is it a possibility to stay at Paris Saint-Germain?" He said, "Of course it is. You never know what the future holds." People are already calling him the next big thing. He's truly going to be the best one day. Thank you.
That's pretty impressive. What about sports in Syria, Warid? What do you have for us today?
Moving on to four-leg sports, teamwork is kicking between the horses and the riders. Riding horses is a hard sport. Both confidence and faith in your teammate is required. On the 20th of March, the Arab Equestrian Union held the most important competition in Basel al-Asad Equestrian Club.
Who participated?
Riders from Lebanon, Jordan, and Russia come and compete to win the grand prize of Al-Wafa competition. The tournament was divided into 3 days. Each day includes the children category. The height of the obstacles is 85 centimeters height. The mini tour 120 centimeters height. The amateur 120 centimeters height. The small tour 125 centimeters height. The medium tour 135 centimeters height. And the big tour, finally, the 145 centimeters height.
Wow, that's really high.
Now let's see the opening ceremony covered by Sada FM.
Wow, that's amazing. Who was the winner?
The winner of this tournament is the 19-year-old lioness Sham al-Asad with her horse Carino.
As we all know, you yourself are a rider. Can you tell us about your experience with riding?
Yes, of course. I have been riding for 8 years. I practice for 1 hour daily. It really needs commitment in addition to balance and strength. I participated in many competitions like Al-Jaysh, Al-Aghar, Al-Wafa, Al-Salam, Damascus International Championship, the Republic Championship, and the Syrian Equestrian Federation Championship. I got the 3rd, 4th, and 5th place in Al-Jaysh, the 1st place in the Damascus International Championship, the 3rd place in the Republic Championship, the 2nd place in the Syrian Equestrian Federation Championship, and the 4th place in Al-Wafa.
Why didn't you participate this year?
2 years ago, I got the first place in Al Wafa competition in the children category, but unfortunately this year my horse broke his leg before the competition, so I did not have the opportunity to participate in the mini tour.
Oh, I hope he gets better.
Let's see the video while I was riding in الجيش.
ورد تتخطى المركب بثبات تقود، لكن حذري هذا الصوت يجب أن لا يتبعه صوت ارتطام العارضة برمال المرمح. يا سليمان، هيا ورد هيا ورد هيا ورد، إلى التميز إلى التميز إلى التميز. أجل أنت في التميز يا سليمان، أنت وكذلك زودياك تانكوفا.
Bravo.
How high was that?
That was 110 centimeters high.
Thank you, Aysam and Muhammad. Thank you, Walid. We hope you will win next year.
Upcoming next, Maya and Noor, who will tell us about the best-seller items. Good morning, Maya and Noor.
Hi, good morning.
What do you have for us to spend our money on today?
Well, we've listed 10 items you can spend your money on. Coming at number 1, smartwatch. Smartwatch is the safe way for the old and young. Even if they don't own an Apple device, it still works for calling, texting, high notifications, and most importantly, SOS messages. Meaning, it's the fitness partner that fits on your wrist.
Secondly, we have the air fryer. Using air fryer can promote weight loss. It can be safer than deep fryers and healthier. It gives crispy, crunchy texture to the food. If you own the machine, you are lucky because you own the easy, fast, and safe way of cooking.
Oh wow, with so little oil, I need to get this for my mom.
Next off, we have Amazon Alexa, also simply known as Alexa. It's a virtual assistant technology bought by Amazon 2013. Alexa is able to play music, provide information, deliver news and sports scores, tell the weather, and even control your smart home.
She scares me.
Number 4, which is skincare products. Skincare is the range of practices that support skin integrity, enhance its appearance, and relieve skin conditions. They include nutrients, avoidance of excessive skin exposure, and appropriate use of emollients, going from sunscreen to acne treatment.
LED lights. LED lights has been used in many different ways to either spice up your rooms, cars, or even videos that has been posted all over social media, including TikTok.
I have some in my room.
And turning to vapes and disposable,
which we do not recommend you use.
I agree. Vapes and disposable are safer than any cigarettes, available in many flavors and considered stylish.
Ring, a home security camera that can prevent your family from becoming victims of a crime. It can also help the police in finding evidence and proof to convict the thief or murderer. Dyson. Let's talk about Dyson hairdryer. The Dyson hairdryer is engineered to protect hair from extreme heat damage with fast drying and controlled styling to help increase smoothness by 75%, increase shine by 132%, and decrease frizz by up to 61%.
I doubt that works on my hair.
You'll be surprised.
And now for our favorite matcha powder.
I love matcha. I want to try it.
Matcha is extremely trendy these days, with matcha lattes, teas, and dessert appearing everywhere from health store to coffee shops. It's high in antioxidant, and they may reduce cell damage, protect the liver, prevent cancer, and may even help you to lose weight. And finally, a RoboVac. A robotic vacuum cleaner, sometimes called a RoboVac or Roomba, has a genetic trademark. It's an autonomous robotic vacuum cleaner system combined with sensors and robotic drives with programmable controllers and cleaning routines.
Thank you for having us today.
Thank you very much. Robot vacuums wouldn't stand a chance of existing without AI. So Faris and Yazan are going to take us on a journey to the future.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Today we're going to dive right into the future, sharing with you some of our concept ideas which would probably become a life changer later on.
What is AI?
AI stands for artificial intelligence.
Is there any way we could refer to AI?
Indeed, by the short terms of robot.
What is it able to achieve?
It can work for a large amount of hours without getting tired, plus it can control autonomous cars and augment human intelligence.
Does this concept have any disadvantages?
Yes, unfortunately, it could lead to a robotic apocalypse.
A robot apocalypse? That's crazy and terrifying. What can be done?
Yes, this is why the multi-billionaire Elon Musk is taking this concept under serious consideration to ensure a robotic takeover wouldn't happen whatsoever.
Which is why Elon did reduce the speed on them and made sure that they won't take over people's jobs.
In addition, he stated that his very first own AI robot, held by the name of Optimus, would be accessible by late 2024, but some people suspect it would take much longer.
Plus, pretty sure most of you know who Elon is, but for those who don't, Elon is the co-founder of the electric vehicle company called Tesla.
And he has recently bought Twitter, the social network platform, for $44 billion.
I heard about that.
Moving on from this crazy concept, we'll be representing to you AR.
Which stands for?
Augmented reality, and it is one of the biggest trends in technology right now.
Which company is working on this ATM?
Currently, Apple are dominating this concept.
Have they thought of blending this concept to a tangible product?
Yes, they have. In fact, they're already developing their very first own Apple glasses, which provide both AR and VR features.
What's the difference between both softwares?
Great question. Since most of people can differentiate between both of them, VR, which stands for virtual reality, is the use of computer technology in order to create a stimulated room, just in like real life in 360 degrees, while AR stands for augmented reality, just like in real life, it's an enhanced version of the real world that you can experience, just like Iron Man's vision, or for example, the game Pokemon Go.
When is the product coming in hand?
By early 2024 or late 2025.
I can't wait.
Thank you. I hope it has been brought to your attention what our bright future might evolve into.
Thank you. I think it's safe to say that Elon Musk is going to dominate the future. Contrary to this segment, our next segment is a paw print into history. Joel, Hamza, and Abdullah are going to tell us stories about remarkable events that happened in the past.
Is that for me?
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us all here. Many great things have been done by humans. So great that they are etched into the stones of history. So much that we teach about them in school. However, we forget the accomplishments animals have did to help us humans. So Hamza, Joel, and I are here to shed some light on these stories. Our story begins in 1994. Port Naples, a newly arrived ship of Polish soldiers, have came from Egypt, was being processed. All names were accounted except Corporal Wojtek. When the commander shouted his name, Polish soldiers answered him saying, well, he only understands Polish and Persian. Corporal Wojtek, he was raised in Syrian mountains, and he loved actually alcohol and cigarettes. The mere sight of him that he would force enemies to surrender. And then the commander was taken to a cage when he saw a 6-foot, 485-pound of Syrian grizzly bear.
Wait, how did a Syrian bear make it to the Polish people?
Well, great question. When in World War II, Syria was under French control. So when France fell to Hitler's regime, the Allies sent an army of British and Polish soldiers to take control of Syria, among other Polish units. French territories. This 22nd Polish Artillery Supply Company was among them. While they were resting in the Syrian mountains after a hard-fought battle, they came across a boy carrying a baby bear cub in his satchel. Eventually, they traded the boy a chocolate bar, a Swiss Army knife, and canned beef, among other goods, for the bear.
Why did they name him Wojtek, though?
Well, Wojtek means a smiling warrior in Polish.
But didn't the soldiers get punished for having a bear?
On the contrary, they wouldn't. Their superior officers actually liked the bear, and he slept in their major's room.
So what was the bear's role?
The bear had a very important role in the war. He found an Arab spy once hiding in their showers. He also helped carry supplies in the Battle of Monte Cassino under heavy fire. Even though he wasn't trained, he just observed the soldiers and copied them. After the battle, in his honor, they changed their emblem to Wojtek carrying a ship. In 1947, he retired and lived the rest of his life in the Edinburgh Zoo in Scotland until 1963, where he sadly died. In 2011, a parade was held in his honor in Poland.
I'm going to be talking about Smokey, a Yorkshire Terrier who was a famous war dog and served in World War II. And she was also the first therapy dog. She weighed only 1.8 kilograms and was 7 inches tall. She was born in 1943 and died here in 1957. She is also credited for kindling the interest in the once obscure Yorkshire breed.
She's adorable.
How did Smokey get into the army?
Well, her journey in the army began in February 1944 when she was found by an American soldier in an abandoned foxhole in New Guinea jungle. She was then sold to Corporal William Wine for 2 Australian pounds.
What was her life like in the army, though?
Well, for the next 2 years after being bought, Smokey accompanied Wine on numerous combat missions in the Pacific and backpacked through the rest of the war. Unlike the official war dogs of World War II, Smokey didn't have access to any veterinary medicine nor a balanced diet. Despite that, Smokey never fell ill. During her service, Smokey learned lots of tricks which she performed for the entertainment of troops and in hospitals. She would accompany nurses to visit battlefield casualties and thus becoming the first therapy dog.
Are there any other accomplishments for Smokey?
Smokey was credited with 12 combat missions and 8 battle stars. She also got through a typhoon and 150 air raids. She even parachuted from a 30-foot tree, made with a parachute made especially for her. One even credited Smokey with saving his life by warning him of incoming bombshells. Smokey was featured in numerous magazines and TV shows. She spent the 10 years after returning home from war, traveling the world, including Hollywood. Nearly 50 years after her sad death, a life-size sculpture of Smokey sitting in a military helmet was unveiled and placed in her final resting place.
My dog is useless compared to her.
And to think that all of these accomplishments, and we've only talked about 2 animals, imagine the extent that animals have helped us humans out during history.
Thank you for giving us another reason to love animals even more. That was unusual.
Speaking of unusual, let's all welcome Salma, who will tell us some of the weirdest laws around the world. Good morning, Salma.
We all know that one can't live in a world without laws. So today I brought you the 8 most weirdest laws in today's world. Let's start with number 1. If you own any chicken in Quitman, Georgia, it's illegal to make it cross the road. This makes sense when you imagine the danger of letting farm animals crossing the road.
But why did they choose especially chicken?
Georgia likes to ensure you to eat fried chicken with your bare hands. So keep your forks away and eat while being comfortable. Perhaps this is why chicken deserves a specific safety transport law. Number 2, Milan in Italy states that it's a legal requirement to smile at all times except at funerals or hospitals.
Don't their cheeks hurt?
No, I love that.
Exactly. What's with the long face? Exemptions include funerals or hospital workers or those who are waiting for an ill family member For everybody else, there's no excuse for being glum, and the alternative being a fine.
That should be a law everywhere.
Number 3. Bubble gum ban in Singapore. When heading to Singapore, make sure to keep your gum at home and go for breath mint instead. Singapore is famous for its cleanliness, and there is a lot of laws there that ensures that. And banning it and imprisonment for up to 2 years if you got caught chewing a gum.
I bet school sucks there.
Yeah. Number 4. An unwashed car in Dubai can cost you a hefty fine. The UAE cares a lot of its cleanliness and health, and you will be fined for having an unwashed car or a dirty one. Dirty cars are seen to be disfiguring the image of the country and can make the owners pay what equals 2,700,000 Syrian pounds if you have a dirty car.
They really should do that here.
Of course.
Now let's talk about this. Do not wear Winnie the Pooh t-shirt in Poland.
Wait, why?
The cuddly little yellow all stuffed with fur doesn't wear pants, as you can see.
I never noticed he doesn't wear pants.
So Poland issued a ban near the playgrounds or gardens, so that it will be risky for children to see it without pants. So best to leave your bear at home while wearing this, while going to gardens. Can we see this video?
Well, Brian, I'd like to forewarn all the families, especially the children watching at home, because the news that I'm about to bring you is extremely disheartening. So disheartening that you might actually want to change the channel now.
Okay, let's not tell anyone to change the channel, all right, Mark? Because we do have bills to pay and ratings to uphold, but you do look very upset. So what is keeping you down?
Well, Brian, the story is surrounding Winnie T. Pooh, who is known for his obsession with honey. Now, Winnie the Pooh was kicked out of Disneyland today for public indecency. Apparently, Brian, Winnie the Pooh has not been wearing pants for over 100 years, and people are just now deciding to notice. And in Disneyland, no pants means no go.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, number 6. It's
About this disturbing.
It's illegal to climb a tree in Toronto. Think you can just climb one in Canada? Why not? There are a lot of them there, except to pay a hefty fine if you got caught doing so. In 2013, a young boy earned himself what equals 1 million Syrian pounds for climbing one in a park.
My childhood would have been a nightmare.
Didn't you live there? So.
Number 7, it's illegal to pay with too many coins in Canada. When making a payment that is more than less what equals 30,000 Syrian pounds, it's illegal to pay with more than a single coin under the Currency Act in Canada.
How weird.
And finally, you can turn off your phone's camera sound in South Korea. As a response to hidden cameras in subways, the South Korean government banned the silencing of phone cameras when taking pictures. This means that if you buy a phone in the country, you will be unable to turn off the shutter sound, even if you try in the settings, muting the phone, or while using headphones.
I wonder why.
Yeah, this is for all.
Thank you very much. That was very interesting.
And weird. Last but certainly not least is mental health. Mental health is a serious topic that had been overlooked for centuries. Recently, however, more awareness has been brought to this issue. So, please welcome Isabel, Amal, and Judy, who are going to inform us more about this topic.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
So let's get started with what is mental health?
Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we feel, think, and act. It also helps us to determine how we handle stress, make choices, and relate to others. Mental health is important at every stage of life. But why is light being shed more on mental health nowadays? For example, 2 years ago, the Dubai Educational Fair was all about mental health. Mental health conditions are increasing worldwide, mainly because of demographic changes. There has been 13% rise in mental health conditions and substances use disorder for the last decade, to 2017.
What are some examples of mental health issues?
Like eating disorder, personality disorder, and an anxiety disorder such as panic and phobias.
Can you tell us some tips to improve our mental health?
Sleep well, write what is depressing you, talk to someone about your problems, look for help, and that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Isabel.
Thank you. Mental health is just important, if not more important than physical health. So Amal and Judy, can you tell us about ADHD and anger issues?
Well, good morning, first of all. Thank you very much for having us here. It is a pleasure to be able to talk about this and shed some light on it. So, first of all, ADHD and anger issues, what are they? Well, in general, there are two types of mental illnesses that unfortunately have a lot of common ground that is often mistaken for each other. And why is that? It's because they're not only underrepresented, but they're very misrepresented in a lot of parts of society. I mean, people often undermine such issues and make them seem less important or impactful simply because they are not as well known as anxiety or depression or such.
Are there any symptoms?
Yeah, sure. Well, first of all, with ADHD, you get an inability to concentrate, which usually hinders someone's work ethic. No matter how hard they try, they cannot just sit down and work. They might just stare into a wall for like 4 hours at a time and not get any work done. And then you compare that with the inability to sit still that also comes with ADHD. So sitting through classes at school or lectures in university and all that can prove to be very difficult for these individuals. And ADHD also causes the individual to be turbulent. They have intense mood swings. And pair that with anger issues, and you get an individual that is not only turbulent, but scarily so. Their level of anger can go from 0 to 100 really quick. And they may often lose control and hurt others around them psychologically and physically very often, even if they're people who mean something to them that they don't actually want to hurt.
And not only that, but when you have anger issues alongside ADHD, this means that the individual, after having a burst of anger, is very likely to go back to normal after just a few minutes. Which, as you may imagine, might cause very toxic and confusing situations for those around them. Whereas those with anger issues can usually maintain their aggression for way longer, which may give them time to actually know how to manage it and control it.
How does it feel to experience it?
Well, it does not feel great, actually. With the lack of motivation that comes with ADHD, it doesn't always look like just getting distracted and moving around and being hyperactive. No. Sometimes ADHD can look like laying in your bed all day and not even getting up to get some food. You can stay in your house for days at a time if there's no one to get you out of that, and that period can cause like really low self-esteem, really low, like you don't have any highs in your mood. You're just constantly feeling down. And with anger issues, that is also not great because you have people around you that you genuinely do not want to hurt, people that you care about. But everything triggers you. The smallest things can make you rage and be furious. So if you don't know how to manage it well, you can end up losing everyone around you. And, you know, that's not cool.
Well, there must be a way to deal with it.
There are some ways. Well, of course, you should start with, if you have any of these symptoms, you should definitely talk to a professional, try to get actually diagnosed. Make sure that that's what you have, like ADHD or anger issues, and not some other illness that may or may not have these same symptoms. There's also, if you have a healthy sleep schedule, you can kind of help with the energy levels that come with ADHD. You can distribute your energy throughout the day. If you're completely burnt out at night, you can just sleep and regain your energy in the morning. And with anger issues, I strongly advise meditation. It really helps you calm down your brain, know when to and when to not react. Because sometimes the situation can get way worse if you react than if you bottle it up.
What are the causes?
Well, some factors that may play into the development of ADHD, first of all, are genetics, the environment someone grew up in, or some problems with the central nervous system that the person might have had in key moments of their development. Meanwhile, with anger issues, it is usually either inherited, so genetics, or the result of an environment that pushes you to your tipping point. And that is why we advise you to try to maintain a calm, healthy environment to not trigger that switch to flick.
So trauma.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you so much.
What a perfect way to end our show. We ask you to stay happy, healthy, and safe.
Thank you. You have been an incredible audience. But one more thing before you go. We are beyond happy to celebrate البشائر's birthday today. So Tima, could you please join us in wishing our school a happy birthday?
About 20 years ago, 3 women had a dream to make children grow, make them shine and gleam. They started from ashes, it was possible, they knew. By building a bunch of classes, flowers started to bloom. From trees children drew, on their branches we all grew. And darling, so are you. In this never-ending hook, we made their dreams come true. Guess we owe it all to you. I guess we owe it all to you.